Welcome to the Elixir Podcast, where we ask people from all walks of life and from around the world what their favourite poem is and why it's important to them, why or how it speaks to their heart. You can find links to the poems on the podcast listing and on my website, helenwing.com. Hello and welcome again to the Elixir Podcast, which is the poetry podcast where we ask people if they have a poem that they love. We ask them to read it and then we ask them why they love it. Today we're talking to Eduardo, who is from Brazil, but he lives in London. Hello, Eddie.
Hello. Hello, everyone.
So, Eddie, do you have a poem you'd like to share with us?
Yes, it's called Loyalty Sonnet from Vinicius de Moraes.
Wonderful.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, would you like to read it to us then? If you read it to us first in English, that would be good.
Yeah. Of everything to my lover be attentive, before and with such zeal and always and so much, that even in the face of the greatest charm, my thought is more enchanted by him. I want to live in every single moment, and in his praise I will spread my song, and love my laughter and shed my tears, your grief or your contentment. And so, when you look for me later, who knows death, anguish of those who leave, who knows loneliness, an end of those who love, I can tell myself about the love that I had, that is not immortal, since it is flame, but let it be infinite while it lasts.
Eddie, that's just giving me goosebumps all over. It's a wonderful image of the burning flame. So tell me, why do you like this poem?
Exactly by the expression of flame. I think everything has a beginning and there's an ending, and we must enjoy everything while it lasts. We must enjoy every single possibility of this flame. That's what I believe.
Oh, wow. Well, this is something that I noticed about you, is that you are totally present wherever you are.
Yes.
You're totally there. So do you work at that?
I believe in intensity, and also spiritually, I believe in all the elements around us that naturally we got and we are exposed to. So I think it's a beautiful way to live.
Yeah. That's wonderful. And how old were you when you came across this poem? Because it's quite an old poem, isn't it?
It is. I basically grew up hearing this guy. He used to partner Tonja B, Carlos Lida, all these guys from Bossa Nova, and this is one of the most beautiful ones.
Yeah. So he was a songwriter as well as a poet.
Yes.
Wonderful. Okay. Would you like to read it to us again so that we can listen to it in the context of your thoughts about it?
Sure. Loyalty Sonnet. Of everything to my lover be attentive, before and with such zeal and always so much, that even in the face of the greatest charm, my thought is more enchanted by him. I want to leave it in every single moment, and in his praise I will spread my song, and love my laughter and shed my tears, your grief or your contentment. And so, when you look for me later, who knows death, anguish of those who leave, who knows loneliness, the end of those who love, I can tell myself about the love that I had, that is not immortal, since it is flame, but let it be infinite while it lasts.
That's really wonderful, Eddie. So I suspect that you have known this level of love. It's this type of love.
Yes. Yes.
And you're living in it. I can hear it in the joy of your voice. So, Eddie, thank you very much for talking to us about this poem, and I'd be really happy if you would read it to us now in Portuguese.
In Portuguese. De tudo ao meu amor serei atento antes, e com tal zelo e sempre tanto, que mesmo em face do maior encanto, dele se encante mais meu pensamento. Quero vivê-lo em cada vão momento, e em louvor hei de espalhar meu canto, e rir meu riso e derramar meu pranto, ao seu pesar ou ao seu contentamento. E assim, quando mais tarde me procure, quem sabe a morte, a angústia de quem vive, quem sabe a solidão, fim de quem ama, eu possa me dizer do amor que tive. Que não seja imortal, posto que é chama, mas que seja infinito enquanto dure.
Oh, it sounds even better in Portuguese. It sounds amazing in Portuguese. Oh my goodness. Eddie, thank you very much for sharing this poem with us. For our listeners, if you would like to read the poem in the translation and in Portuguese, you'll be able to find it on the podcast page of my website, which is helenwing.com. Thank you very much for listening to us here at Elixir. Thank you, Eddie. Thank you for listening to the Elixir podcast. My name is Helen Wing, and you can find more information about the poems that we talk about on my website at helenwing.com. The podcast is produced by Tom Platts at Sapien. Tom also creates each episode's original music. To find out more, go to soundsapien.com.